Hello 4310, it's Ashley Wiggers, and I am coming at you guys with my video diary entry number 4. So moving right along with the first question, what are the positive aspects of workplace friendships and what are the negative aspects of workplace friendships? I think that the positive aspects of workplace friendships can be having someone there to confide in and to vent should you have the need to, and also being able to just not feel alone in a sense. I think that a negative aspect of it would be being too comfortable. I know that sometimes we tend to get comfortable with our really good friends and just make it a comfortable environment, and I think that that can be a problem too if you get too comfortable. Question number 2. What are the positive aspects of workplace romances? And what are the negative aspects of workplace romances? I think that one of the positive aspects of workplace romances is a sense of security in working with your partner. And also another positive can be if you have your partner working with you who's very supportive, that can also be a sense of motivation for you to get your work done or to excel in whatever you're doing. I think that a negative aspect would be possibly distraction. I know that working with your partner sometimes can make it an unstable situation, and people don't know how to leave their personal lives at the door when they leave the house in the morning. Provide detailed feedback to the advice offered in the article, How Employers Should Handle Workplace Romance. I enjoyed this article for the most part, and especially when the author had voiced his opinion that we can't help who we love, and I think that is so true. I also agree in like how he separated the 3 categories as far as informed peer, colleague peer, and special peer, and that to understand that there is an interpersonal need and relational control within organizations for workplace romances. So, reflecting on the article, is there a policy in place at your organization? I don't believe so. Can't recall signing anything or them particularly bringing it up. So I don't think Houston Community College has a policy in place. So to answer that question, no. As you are reviewing the chapter, consider your experiences in groups. What worked and what did not work. For your final video, share a misunderstanding that took place in a group and the steps that you took to alleviate the issue. In my small group communication class, it was 5 of us within the group, and it was a brief misunderstanding where 3 of the group members, including myself, were communicating in one part of Blackboard, while the other 2 members were communicating in another part of Blackboard. So myself and the other 2 members were meeting each other. We had our first meeting and was working some things out with the other 2 members while we was looking for them. We just thought maybe they had dropped out of the class. We didn't know, but one of the members had the bright idea to go check the spot where they was talking at. So we eventually all got on the same page. I think that what helps and what makes groups work, I think, is all coming together with the common goal. For instance, in my small group communications class group, we all had the same common goal of wanting to pass the class and get a good grade in it as well. So I think that that was the main point of us working together to the best of our abilities to provide a successful project. How do you think the millennial generation feels about the concept of servant leadership? I don't think that millennial generation will be what's the word? I don't think that they'll be willing to adhere to this concept of servant leadership. Reason being is because the millennials these days tend to be independent, and they hate micromanagement. I know that I'm like that. I don't like micromanagement, only because I know that once I'm given a task or a job, that I'm going to see to it all the way to the end. So there's no need to just be watching my back the whole time. Explain what is meant by the quotation leaders are born rather than made. I think that that means because either you have it or you don't, and that's just the cutthroat truth to it. It's like either um, leaders are born, you're born with that skill, you're born with those qualities, and something that you can't instill into someone. You just have it or you don't. Why do followers put up with bad leaders? I think that followers put up with bad leader because they're afraid of standing up for themselves, and also possibly they may also be intimidated by the leader as well. Number 9, how does the feminist perspective of leadership differ from the masculine perspective? And which do you more fully subscribe to, and why? I think that the feminist perspective of leadership, women seem to be more of nurturers and they're careful, and they think things through. So I think that that plays a lot into the feminist perspective of leadership. As far as the masculine perspective, masculines are men are very ego driven, and I think that that can play a part in their leadership perspectives as well. And I think that I fully prescribe to, of course, the feminist side because I am a woman and I have those qualities. Discuss whether you would change which organizations you support depending on their level of corporate social responsibilities. To answer that question, no, I don't think that it will stop me from supporting or shopping somewhere based on, I mean, because